anchored out, or were you on
No, we weren't anchored. We were in a marina.
Pamela Key didn't have a clue when she moved into her apartment that she'd ever care who used to live there.
We were actually shown a different apartment, and when we came, before we signed it, when we came back after we signed the lease, she gave us the keys to this one and told us this is the one we were going to be in.
But a few months before she moved in with her husband and 2 dogs, their cozy St. Augustine Beach apartment was home to a meth lab.
They were very angry that we were never informed of anything.
In January of last year, the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office busted an active meth lab
In the bathroom.
and took into evidence coffee filters, chemicals, and Gatorade bottles filled with sludgy residue, all hallmarks of a shake-and-bake meth cook. Police evacuated the apartment block and kept residents out much of that night.
There were guys in big white suits pretty much everywhere. And I was like, whoa. It's kind of weird, yeah.
Meth production is hazardous. The chemicals used to cook the drug can easily explode, but the stuff left behind is also highly toxic and can pose a risk to future tenants, even years later. For that reason, the 22 states that have cleanup standards typically require not just removing carpets and drapes, but ripping out drywall and appliances. But Florida doesn't have any standards, and there are no requirements that landlords disclose an apartment's history.
When you have a meth lab and it's not cleaned, and you move a family into it without disclosing it to them, then they start having breathing problems, the kids start having breathing problems, the parents, and they go to the hospital and they can't figure out why. Well, this is why. And that's why it's so important for people to know the severity of it.
First for you, we hired a national meth lab testing company to take samples of the apartment to see if any chemicals remained. As a precaution, the technician went in, suited up in hazmat gear, a protection not available to the residents. The samples we took from the apartment came back clean. According to experts we spoke to, a fresh coat of paint may be the reason. But while paint can mask pollution, it can't eliminate it. Contamination can remain for years, trapped in and slowly leaking from the walls. Apartment residents were relieved the tests came back clean, but they were still upset they weren't told about the building's history.
Since I found this out, I felt really dirty. Out of respect, I think that they should tell people.
We talked about it.
Even residents who lived here during the bust have questions about the apartment's safety.
Oh, I wouldn't move in there. There's no way I'd move in there. No. Even if they cleaned it up, which I'm not sure that they did. But I wouldn't want to live in a place like that.
So she was just concerned.
But the property's owners say they were just as clueless as residents about the potential danger.
We had no idea that this was a drug unit.
Although they knew police had been there, they insist they were never told it was a meth lab or that it might need to be cleaned.
To even get them out of there.
Owner Lori Koivu notes that the people living inside there weren't arrested for months and were actually allowed to return to the apartment that night.
Why wasn't it locked down? Residents were allowed right back in.
St. Johns County officials could not say for sure if protocol was followed, but confirmed that warning signs are supposed to be posted and owners notified. Lori says neither happened.
And I'm quite upset by it.
We had a right to know that. We had a right to know that. So we could have taken the steps, whatever those steps would have been. I mean, I would have had to have done research, but I probably would have called this, a bio company. It's just not right.
Whoever dropped the ball, Pamela Key says it's obvious somebody did. She wants to see state law changed so nobody else gets the same ugly surprise.
There should definitely be a disclosure. No one should have to move into an apartment and find out after the fact that their health is at risk.